Okay, so welcome back everyone. Today I will be recording my second video on the anti-prism tech that I found on Kano. I've played and recorded 3 games into AB2 Prism last week. Today I'll be reviewing them. Haven't really looked at them since I played them, so going through the game I'll just point out whatever I'm thinking at that moment. Lost all 3 games. I think in 2 of the games I made it to stack and I could have won, but I accidentally messed up my stack at that point, so I was close, but I didn't quite win. Okay. At this point, I think the best play is just to do a couple Kanos and send these blues to the bottom. Let me just put this on 2x speed. Hitting a deja vu because we're just that good at the game. Yeah, this seems good. Having a buffer of 2 blues, pretty decent. This draw isn't the best actually. We do have a popper, but we already have 2 blues on the bottom. We don't really want like a lot more blues. Starts off with 2 auras. This is pretty bad for us actually. Here, honestly, instead of sending the popper, or instead of sending Tashar, I would maybe activate Kano first, see what's on top, and then send the popper at Genesis. Instead of doing this, maybe we can dig for another popper down here, but because we already have a defense reaction, we can probably, even through Pierce Reality, block out this entire turn without taking any damage. And then hope we find a popper so we get the time to also remove the Pierce Reality, while only using 1 counter on Talishar. I think that's probably better. Here we see he finds another Genesis, which is not good. So at this point I believe we have an Aether Dart and a Scalding Rain on the bottom of the deck, and we're just kind of hoping we can make something happen here. Okay. Sending a Sonic Boom. Yeah, here again we use the Teleshar. What did we see on top? Singbelow? Yeah, Singbelow. So we know we have Singbelow in Arsenal and we have Singbelow on top of the deck, so our next turn will be pretty defensive. So we can pretty safely send this Fighting Spirit at the Genesis actually. Instead of Teleshar. So we have more counters on Teleshar for late game, so we can remove other auras or remove angels or whatever. Okay, so yeah, at this point obviously we pop it. Great, so yeah, this is good. Weird eye, yeah, pass turn. No use in using Teleshar on Pierce here because I mean we're just kind of in a bad spot. They already found 2 Genesis and we didn't use popper correctly, I think, in my opinion. So we only have 1 Genesis attack left, or Teleshar attack left. This is kind of just, unless he low rolls really hard, this is already kind of in a lost position for us. Yeah, this is pretty good blocking. Don't disagree with any of this. This is just kind of fucked. Let's see what he gets here. So he gets protection, flips protection. It's good. Yeah, so at this point, what do we do here? Great question. I think what we just have to do here is say no blocks to this, take 4. Then whatever he sends after this, hope we can block it with just Singbelow and Crown. And then we Teleshar the Protection Angel and hope he doesn't find another like passing Mirage or Genesis, or does not find any space to put it out actually. And then at that point, we'll see what happens. So yeah, this is good. We sense the watcher. At this point, I remember thinking, oh, he doesn't have any souls, so the Aegis is less important to get rid of. And we also can block out the Watcher now without the Foreboding Bolt. I don't think I necessarily disagree with what I did here. The only problem is, I mean, if you draw no block, obviously we can block his turn out. Also, if he sends 2 Heralds, the chance is pretty decent one will go into Soul, and at this point, because it's so early in the game, he doesn't really need to keep a card in Soul. For my combo turn, you can just stack up, or try to stack up more shields with Aegis, which is pretty bad news for us. Okay, so he just starts with Aegis, probably just take this, don't need to block it actually. And then passing. Okay. So, let's think about what we're doing here. This is pretty rough. I think, I don't know what my stack is right now, but I believe it's like 3 blue, Sonic Boom, another blue, Tome, and then blue Eye, and then Foreboding Bolt. No, not Foreboding Bolt, so blue Eye, so yeah. Okay, so we have 3 blues, Sonic Boom, Quickening, Tome of Findall, and then 2 more blues. Pretty unlucky we haven't seen any like actual combo cards yet, but that happens obviously. At this point, what would I do? I think I would just attack with Teleshar with Flare, because Flare blue is actually still pretty decent on a combo turn. Then Arsenal, probably E-Pots, and then yeah, Teleshar probably at passing Mirage, I would say. But it's, I mean, at this point, there's basically nothing we can do. We've already lost this game right now, so. But I would Teleshar probably passing Mirage. Yeah, Kano. Ooh. So, seeing the standing order on top of deck, I don't really agree with Kano here, but this does make it interesting, because with standing order we can just kill Aegis, or any of the auras really. But I prefer Aegis because Scour can also kill the 0 cost auras. And I run 2 in the main board right now. So Teleshard. Yeah, I think Teleshard passing is the best play right here. Then at this point maybe Arsenal the E-Pot, because if you have to use the standing order as a popper and the E-Pot goes to the bottom of the deck, that's a lot better than single going to the bottom of the deck. Let's see what we do here. I don't actually remember what my player was. Okay, now I do remember what my player was. I Tunic, Sink Below, so I can get the Sink. So I can get Prognosticate and Sink Below behind the Eye, so I can Kano with Eye, then up those 2 to the bottom of the deck. So I don't mess up my stack with that. That's actually a pretty good play, I think. Only problem here is he just plays a Genesis. So we're basically done here. Well, I mean, we do have the standing order. Is it worth it to play this out? What does he do this turn? Or do we not play it out? Oh, we don't, huh? Yeah, I mean, that's fair also. I don't think there's really any points in playing it out. What are my outs here? Let's just talk about that. So if we're talking about losing a game on this strategy, this is what it would look like. talking about outs. Do I have any outs? Yes, I do actually. I have a couple outs. First off, hope he. Oh, so he has a Celestial Cataclysm in hand right here. We don't actually see the arsenal. Best case scenario, he does not have a Herald on arsenal right now, and he just passes turn. On my turn, I send Standing Order at Genesis. Genesis is done. He does still have 5 shields and Aegis on board. My next hand is, so I have E-pots in hand. My next hand is, I should have arsenaled the E-pot instead of the flare. If I arsenaled the E-pot instead of the flare, maybe my next hand is a Scour and another blue, and because if fucking hell. Okay, so my next hand is a Scour and another blue, or no. Okay, so instead of flare, right? Last turn I arsenal E-pot. So my hand right now is double flare, blue, tome, and Standing Order. My turn, I play Standing Order, target Genesis, and Kano with overpitching tome and a blue flare, sending flare and tome to the bottom. Then my draws are Scour, another blue, and a popper. He attacks with the Herald. I pop the Herald. Then I play Scour for X equals 6. I remove Pierce and the 5 Spectrals. And at that point he just has an Aegis on board, which is semi-winnable. Probably, because he has 1 in soul. So he basically has 2 shields extra. But I am at 22 and I do have my armor and I do have E-pot and arsenal. It's kinda iffy. It's probably still a loss. Okay, but we're just going on to the next game. So this hand is pretty good. We can just Kano, see a sap, don't play the sap. Yeah, good. Okay, so what I do here, this is pretty smart from me, I think. Okay, so why do I not play the potion here? I have a tome and a gaze in stack, and I will arsenal the potion of deja vu, and I have Standing Order on it. The reason I arsenal the potion of deja vu here is to not signal to my opponent, because if I play the potion and then not arsenal the Standing Order, I signal to my opponent that I have a potential popper in hand. In this case, I would still arsenal the Standing Order, because I can use it to kill an angel. But I think arsenaling the Deja Vu pot is better, because I play 2 Potion of Deja Vu in this matchup, and I can use the Standing Order as a popper, sending the Deja Vu to the bottom. Then I have Tome, Gaze, and Potion of Deja Vu on the bottom, which is actually a pretty good start to a stack. So that's the reason why I don't play the Potion of Deja Vu right here, and I bank on being able to play the other Potion of Deja Vu in a later turn. So he just, his turn, he just plays Basmars and passes, which is pretty good against my deck. So I decide to Standing Order passing, and then, yeah. So I'm better, so I hit Potion off the top. The flare, which I can just send to, I mean, maybe he takes 1 or maybe he blocks 1, doesn't really matter. So first, yeah, great. So now my stack is, well, let me talk about my stack. So now my stack is Tome, Gaze, Aether Arc, Tome, Tome. Yeah, so this is a difficult spot. Maybe, so what I'm going to do here, I believe, is block with 2 blues and Crown, which I think is one of the, and then bottom Wildfire to draw a card to get Wildfire into my stack. This is, I think, potentially a good line. What I think also might be a decent line is the block 6 with Rain, Quickening, and Crown, so block 8 actually. Send E-pot to the bottom, draw a card. Now I already have a blue in stack for my 2 tomes, and I also have 6 block potentially in my hand. Because on my own turn I can play out the Deja Vu potion and then pass turn. but both of those lines are probably acceptable, I would say. In this matchup, it's not really that much of a concern to get out energy potions or deja vu potions, as it is to just deny them the ability to get a lot of ward on your combo turn, because the most important thing is, if they overrun you with angels, you just cannot kill them even with a stack, right? That's the problem. So if you can prevent them from getting a lot of angels out early, you can actually kill them with a stack, even if your stack isn't like the best. So you don't necessarily need 3 epots, for example. But I believe what I do here is no blocks. Oh, this is definitely also a line. Yeah. So the reason I do this is most of the time they will only have 1 red angel or 1 red herald in hand, and so what will happen is he does this thing with the herald, and now the next one will come in for 6, which I can block out, and he only gets 1 soul through the turn. Well, if I block, for example, 6 here, and god damn it, I'm going way too fast here. So the reason why that's good is I can take 7 here and potentially block a yellow herald with just 2 blues. But if I block with 2 blues and crown here, I guarantee lose crown, and then he also gets a soul and an angel out with the second herald. Well, I potentially, so taking the line with blocking 2 blues and crown, I guaranteed lose crown, while no blocking this and blocking the next herald, I potentially still have crown for a potential herald of erudition or something like that. He flips ages, and see, so this one only comes in for 5, so right here I can either block like this or send wildfire to the bottom, or I could have blocked 5 and played epot and kept the wildfire in hand to potentially do something with on a later turn. Yeah, so he just blocks the proc for 1, that's fine, and then on my turn I will just play epot and pass turn. Great. Let's see what I do here. I do like that. Block 7. He doesn't have go again right now, so there is also a consideration, since he doesn't have go again, there is also a consideration for overblocking in the case of him having a Angelic Wrath. I think that's the correct line, now that I'm looking at it right now, because it's basically free to do that, and yeah, now that I'm looking at it, that's probably the correct line, because it's basically free to do that, and the argument for not doing it is getting, since right now my stack is Tome, Gaze, Arc, Tome, Wildfire, Tome, and then a blue, I believe Scalding Rain. So I want to get a lot of blues on the bottom of my deck right now. So that's the argument for not blocking with Flare also. But if I do block with Flare, I can still Kano with Eye and also get maybe a blue from the top, from the opt on the bottom of my deck or something like that. But it does end up working out. He doesn't have the Telegraph, but I think the correct play is to also block with Flare there. Okay, so let's see what I do there. What did I do? God damn it. So I bottomed the Deja Vu pot and I topped the Scour. That's... let me think about that. I can't look in the graveyard right now, which is kind of a shame. The problem with bottoming the Deja Vu potion is if I play, which I'm going to play the Deja Vu potion that is in my arsenal right now, I don't have an arsenal for standing order, which is kind of not good because I need an arsenal for standing order to be for it to be a popper. So what I could also do is Kano out the Deja Vu potion here, and so the reason I came with the Scour here is so I can destroy the Spectral Shield and threaten the Angel. So he has to use a card from hand, which is good. I think I do agree with that. But because he uses a card from hand, do I agree with that? Maybe not. It's okay, so there are two lines here. Basically, I came with the Deja Vu pot, and then I played that out. Or so I can keep an arsenal for standing order, or I can out the Scour, keep the Deja Vu potion on top. In that line maybe I do put the Deja Vu pot to the bottom. I think in that line I do put the Deja Vu pot to the bottom. And then send Scour for X equals 1 and play Deja Vu pot from arsenal. They both have their advantages and disadvantages. Stripping a card is really good, but they still have a 4-card hand, so they can still send 2 heralds. On the other hand, having an arsenal for standing order is also really good, but getting rid of the Spectral Shield is also really good, so it's kind of a throw up. I think both lines are correct, in the sense that both are okay. There's probably one that is like mathematically better than the other, but I think that is negligible at this point. So yeah, this is good, getting rid of the Spectral Shields. Yes, AB1. Okay. So I thought about this line, but I didn't bring it up because I didn't think I would go for it. Talishar on Angel is good because Angel gone is good. He most likely will not see 3 Genesis, and if he does play Genesis, I can most likely clear at least one of them with one of my poppers instead of with Talishar. Is this better than either of the lines I discussed? You know what I could have done? This was probably actually the best line. Kano out, send Scour to the bottom, Kano out Deja Vu pot, and then activate Talishar to attack the Angel. So now he only has a Spectral Shield left, and I have a Deja Vu potion on board. That is probably the best line here, but it's kind of difficult, obviously. I think all 3 are acceptable. This is just a really bad hand to see at this point in the game. Yeah, because I already have a Wildfire to the bottom, I think blocking with the other Wildfire is correct. This is just kind of, at this point I'm kind of like, this is not good. Yeah, block with the Wildfire, on my turn, play Deja Vu pot and Arsenal Blazing Aether. That was on my Discord on the video. No need to check your Discord. We have anything. Yep, pop. Great. This is actually good, kind of good for us because we have Blue Voltic in hand. Blue Voltic is, this is amazing. So what do we do right now? This was pretty lucky hitting the Blind Scour off the top of our deck. We can destroy the Spectral Shield, target Soraya, or threaten Soraya. He has to give us a card. Then then we play Voltic from hand, which comes in for 3, which is more than the amount of AB he has, which means he also has to give up Soraya in addition to a card from hand, which is actually really good. So his board is clear, he has no soul, and he only has 4-card hand. Now this is kind of bad if it hits something. Yep. Okay, that's not fun. Well, I mean, we deserve it at this point, so it doesn't really matter. So here, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I believe my opponent Prism here makes a mistake by not flipping the Figment of War. I think he is able to flip it for free because of Rapture. I'm not sure if that is how it works, but I believe he is able to flip it for free. I read the card. I think it was still during the game I read the card to check that, and I don't think I read anything that should prevent him from doing that. So I think he should have done it. In the end, it doesn't really matter, I don't think. Play passing pass. Yeah, so his hand probably either didn't have a herald or was just not generally not very good, so it didn't actually end up mattering. This is good because we can actually send the other blue Voltic also. Do I agree with the Sonic Boom? No, obviously not. Blue Voltic is just sending Blue Voltic is just better in this situation, I think. There's no reason to send Sonic Boom. I don't know my stack at this point actually, neither in the game or right now sitting here. I know general outline is tome, blue, blue, tome, wildfire, tome, then a bunch of blues, and now a blazing, and 2 more blues. The reason I didn't really worry about that in the game is because I had a Gaze and Ivophilia to fix my stack at that point, and I wasn't really worried I would misplay, but as you'll see later, so I probably should have actually remembered it. At this point, I think it's obviously better to overpitch to send Voltic Bolt, overpitch by pitching Blazing Aether and Sonic Boom to just send the power cards to the bottom of your deck. I believe at this point we have enough blues to actually play all 3 of our tomes out without drawing into any of our power cards. Okay, yeah, so Kano, Sink Below, doesn't matter because Sink Below doesn't exist in the deck. Oh yeah, so here I make a slight mistake. I thought this was only for 5. I forgot the courage, so I activated my Tunic because I want to block with Tunic and D-React. But that's not relevant because, you know, I just explained why. He attacks for 6 instead of 5. So no blocks here. The reason for that is we can more easily block out future heralds instead of having to block here for like 3 or something and potentially get it with so he gets a figment guaranteed from this, and if we block here he gets another 3 figments later down the line, which we don't want. This is pretty good, all this. Getting out Victoria. So right now this is kind of difficult because what we really want to do is keep Boom and a blue and send Boom to face. So I'm going to play double sync on this, which I think is correct. I am actually not going to sync the Scalding Rain, which I think is incorrect. I should resolve a Sync Blow, sync the Scalding Rain, see if it's like a good card, and if it is I can actually sync it again to get the good card to the bottom of the deck, obviously, which is a lot better than not having a good card on the bottom of the deck. I don't know if it will matter, but we'll see when we draw the next couple cards. So sending a Sonic Boom here, this gets rid of the Angel guaranteed, except if he wants to give up his equipment, obviously that's a lot better than him giving up the Angel at this point in the game. Yeah, so we would have drawn into Sync Blow and Aether Arc, so it would not have mattered. This is kind of fine. We just take 1, he gets a Figment. At this point we're pretty chilling, because we have 1 Wildfire, and he has like very little, so we're really close to stack at this point. So here we can just send Fighting Spirit at the Angel. Yeah, I'm just checking because I really wanted to see a standing order like earlier. Attacking Pierce. Is that good? Maybe. At this point we've basically already won. It's very difficult for him to roll me in such a way where he can actually kill me in time before I reach stack, or get enough angels in time before I reach stack. Yep, good job. Yep. I don't see anything wrong with that. That's just unfortunate, but I mean, it happens obviously. Yeah. So the really what hurts me right now is if we had seen another standing order early on in the game, we would actually have a blazing in stack right now, which we don't have right now because we can't use standing order to get it to the bottom of the deck, because then we can't actually reach it. Because the way a stack is set up, we just don't have enough resources probably to get to it in time. But here we just Teleshare one of the angels. Doesn't really matter which one. But this one was theoretically the better one to hit. So, good job on that, I guess. So now we draw 2 standing orders. Yippee. Okay, so we take this. Yep, good job. And if he passes right now, which he will, we can send standing order at the angel. And basically have a clean board before I get the stack. Which is good, obviously. We like that. Let's see what he decides to do here. I believe we are really close to stack right now. Maybe the hand after this hand is the one where we reach stack. So I should probably explain a bit of context here. This game was recorded very late at night, and what I was trying to focus on when recording this gameplay was showing to you, my audience, that this technique is actually viable. In doing that, I kind of neglected showing that you do also actually need to remember your stack when doing this, which I didn't really do while recording these games. So my execution of the combo turn is very bad. I actually lose this game because of that, and I should have won it. I could have won it. I know I can because I did the math, and that's kind of sad because it would have been really good to show it to all of you, but I mean, it happens. So here we see the last blazing, which is unfortunate, but I don't believe we end up banishing it, which is probably the best play. I think that blazing was actually the last card before we reach stack. So if I this is good. Yeah. So it wasn't. There was also the pot. So this tome is the stack, and you'll see me mess up my combo turn here, but I'll explain after I'm done what I could have done better. Yeah, you see me like really struggling here because I'm not 100% certain this is stack. But it obviously is because this is the 30 tome we've seen. Yep, good job. Oh yeah, we draw 2 here, great. So now what's on top of our deck is tome, wildfire, tome, tome. But we so we banish 2 of the tomes and then we play 1 because I thought there was 2 blues between these 2 tomes and the wildfire and the tome. So I also should have overpitched blazing first. First of all, I should have overpitched blazing at the beginning. I would have had one more floating right now, and I would have not had 2 power cards in my hands at this point. I would have had the blazing and banished, which I would have put on the stack to avoid being punished by Figment of Judgment. At this point, I am figuring out right now if there is a way around me losing, but there really isn't, sadly. Yeah, this just does happen. The thing is, even this matchup is just so difficult. You have to keep track of so many things at the same time that it does sometimes just happen that you lose track of your stack or you forget it, and you lose because of that. Like what happened in this game. So here I'm just going to fire off the wildfire because I lost already. There is no way for me to win this game at this point. Okay, so let's see here. We pull up the deck. Great. What are we doing better here? First of all, we have that very good question. We definitely have a kill line here. I will post an addendum in the comments where I will review kill line later. I don't know when I will put that out because it is 2:30 in the morning right now, so I might go to sleep after recording this video. There is definitely a kill here because they had, let's see, how many resources did they have? So they had a total of 4 resources left in hand: a Spectral Shield and Halo. So you know what, I'm just going to go through it now because why not? Why not? So way back here, what I should have done is Kano pitching Blazing Tome, Darts, and then Kano again pitching Epot, then Deja Vu, banish Blazing and Tome, play Blazing on top of Blazing, play Tome, draw 2. We play the Blazing first to play around Figment of Judgment from Halo of Illumination. Then we so we Kano, we find another tome, we draw 2. At this point, let's see, what do I have in hand, because I have the Blazing on the stack. So I believe my hand is, god damn it, this is, can I, no I can't, okay, then I won't. At this point my hand is exactly this, except I have 2 floating, no, I have 2 floating, I have the Blazing on the stack, and I have 1 less blue in hand. That is what my hand is right now. Instead of doing this, what I instead will do is something that isn't stupid. So, what we do is, right now on top of our deck are let's see, what is on top of our deck right now? Yep, we draw 2. So remember, we have 2 floating right now, and we pitched the Aether Dart for this, let's say. And we have the Blazing on the stack. Draw that. So now I have Epot, Gaze, Aether Arc in hand. So what is on top of our deck right now is 2 Tome of Findals, a Wildfire, and then another Tome of Findal. So what we do is we Kano twice. We banish the Tome of Findals, then we Kano again, we banish the Wildfire. Yep. Do this. Do your shenanigans. banish the tome. So now right here, instead of playing the tome, we have one more card in hand. So we Kano, we banish Wildfire, and then we activate E-Pods, play Wildfire. Then in response to Metacarpus, we play one of the Tome of Faith. We just play all of our Tome of Faith wins and draw 6. We do this again to avoid Halo of Illumination. That is the main point. We're doing that to avoid getting blown up a Figment of Judgment. So at that point on the stack we have a Blazing Aether followed by a Wildfire followed by a Metacarpus no trigger. And we have no floating. So no, we have one floating. We Kano with our last blue, and we banish this Tome of Findal. So now I have 3 Tome of Findal and banish, and we have a Blazing on the stack and a Wildfire on the stack with no floating. We activate Tunic or E-Pot, not both. We activate only one so we can't get blown up by Halo of Illumination again. And we play our tomes. So at this point we don't have any cards in hand. Right? Yeah, so this is our draws. The Scalding Rain and the Potion of Deja Vu. Then we banish the flash, so remember that. So okay, so right here. So we have 2 Tome of Findals in banish, a Blazing on the stack and a Wildfire on the stack. Here is a flare, and we have this. Let's say I remember stack correctly, so I can just basically visualize this in my mind. What we'll do, we play one of the tomes. So now we have 2 floating and a blue in hand. We draw Eye and Aether Arc, so we have 2 floating, 3 blues in hand, Blazing on the stack, Wildfire on the stack. We use Kano for Eye. We use Kano with Eye, so we bottom the Arc, get it down here, and we banish the Gaze. We play the Gaze, get it back in hand, we bottom the Voltic. Or do we bottom the Voltic? Yeah, we do bottom the Voltic. Let's just say we bottom the Voltic because why not? We bottom the Voltic. Now our hand is 2 floating, 2 blues, Blazing on the stack, Wildfire on the stack, and we still have a Tome of Faith to Wind and Banish. And the Blazing on top of the deck. So what we do now is we resolve the Metacarpus no trigger from Wildfire, and we pay 1, so it comes in for 5. They will crack Halo and AB2 and Spectral Shield, so they prevent all the Wildfire damage, and they, you know what, this is very, very much uncomfortable. I'm just going to get a notepad here. Okay, great. So we have a notepad. So what? Okay, cool. Let's see here. So Blazing on the stack, Wildfire on the stack. This will come in for 5 and be prevented, so this will deal 0 damage. In hand right now we have 2 blues, 2 floating, none in banished, and we have Blazing on the top of the deck. We are basically right here. Oh, Tome of F in banished. We are basically like right here, or right here in our stack right now. We resolve the Wildfire, this deals 0. So now we have Blazing on the stack, then we Kano with one of our blues. And we banish the last Blazing and we put that on the stack as well. Well, we don't really need to because he doesn't have Halo at this point. He also has 2 resources left over. We play our last Tome of Findal. So now we have 1 floating, none in banished. And we draw 2 blues, so we have 3 blues right now. Here we have an Aether Arc and a Voltic Bolt. So this Tome of Aether just draws us 2 blues basically. Now let's see how we can actually get this to kill. We are here in our stack right now at the Sonic Boom. There is nothing behind the Sonic Boom, as you can see. Best case scenario is we can play Sonic Boom and Voltic Bolt blue, and we probably also have to throw in the Foreboding Bolt there because we don't have a way to draw it. We actually also have Blazing in Arsenal right now, so we can use Storm Shards on that, which I forgot. So let's just use our floating for a Blazing. So now we have 3 Blazings on the stack and he has 2 floating. And we have none floating and 3 blues in hand. We can Kano for Sonic Boom, get Boom in banished. He is at a grand total of 31 life, I believe, at the beginning of this turn. Yeah, 31 because he prevented one with Spectral Shield. If we Kano twice, no, we Kano 3 times. No, definitely not. What do we do here? What is our line? It is probably best to Kano twice. I don't have a Boom in banish right now. I shouldn't have one in banish right now. We don't. If we go down to 2 blues, we do have a Boom in banished. I believe we Kano again. 1 blue and Boom and Foreboding Bolt in banished. Now we, with our last resources, play the Boom with Metacarpus. Leave the Bolt in banished, but we won't play it. So Boom will come in for 4 and will deal 2. So this dealt 2, banish the Voltic Bolt. Voltic will come in for 3 and deal 3. Now our first Blazing will come in for 5, then our second one will come in for 10. And then our last one will come in for 20, and this will be lethal. So, yeah, that basically. I think that's our lethal that we were looking for. So this one kills. Let's see how long I've been recording for. Yeah, we can do the last one as well. This one kills. I'll leave the notepad open so I can use it like for the last one. So I actually know for a fact the last one kills because I fucked up and I still almost won. So let's just skip ahead here. Not that far ahead, please. Okay, great. So we do another quick rematch. We draw the goat hand again and hit an energy potion again because we're just that good at the game. And another one because why not? So we start the stack off strong with the Tome and 2 blues because we're better. We also draw a Wildfire and we have this is going spectacularly. Okay, so we do that. Yeah, we bottom the Wildfire, so now we have a Tome, 2 blues and a Wildfire. Now we block 6 and Arsenal to Blazing. This is absolutely amazing. I don't see how we can lose this game. Well, I mean I did, but who cares? Yep, great. Block 8, send the Blazing to the bottom, so we have another power card at the bottom. Great gameplay. Block 6 here, Arsenal the Sonic Boom. This is amazing. Until now there have been 0 complications. Here we can just use a standing order as our popper. Great. Now we already have a pretty strong stack of Tome, 2 blues, Wildfire, Blazing, Sonic Boom. My opponent's just asking about my tech here for standing order. I'm just explaining to him that about why Arsenal and stuff and when. Can probably put the Aether Arc in Arsenal here because the Voltic Bolt is also fine. They have different purposes. The Aether Arc is decent-ish in stack because I can KO it and then send it for 0. But the Voltic Bolt is better at removing angels, which is actually what we need it for right now. So that's also pretty good. We take all this damage so we can efficiently block any potential other heralds that are coming our way, which we can't right now, but that's a problem for tomorrow, I guess. Yeah, great job activating the Kano, banishing Gaze. So, oh, this is a mistake. Actually, what I did here, I should have sent the Voltic Bolt from Arsenal because I could have found, because then I could Arsenal the Gaze if I would have found a standing order from the Gaze, which I didn't realize at the time, but it's something that I have to remember because it does come up decently often, more often than you would say. At this point, okay, damn, this is bad. I should definitely just activate Kano with Gaze and play the Aether Dart and then put Gaze, Aether Arc, so I don't dilute my stack. But I don't here because I don't know why. Actually, because I'm probably because I just forgot I could do that. I am very intrigued by my play patterns here. This is also incorrect. We are taking Aegis. We should take Aegis, so we can potentially block 6 on a Herald that we don't need to pop, and then play standing order on Aegis. Probably. Or, this is better probably, block 6 on with standing order and Aether Dart, and then play Voltic. No, because he has 2 spread. Never mind. Forget everything I just tried to say. Definitely just standing order at Aegis here. Genesis is fine. We Kano, we find Scour because we're just the best, and we hit it for x=3. We destroy everything on his board except for Genesis. We do get a E-pot to the bottom, but that isn't the worst because we have a Gaze in front of it, so that's good. What I want to do with this hand is block with Boom and Voltic, and then use Tome and Ivavidia to activate Teleshar and hit Genesis. The up 2 also could come in handy here. It did, so that's good. Another Tome to the bottom. At this point our stack is Tome, Blue, Wildfire Blazing, Sonic Boom, and then Aether Arc, and then Gaze, Voltic Bolt, I believe, and then Tome, Ivavidia. Stacker in hand is really good. I believe I have Blue Voltic in Arsenal though. So what I can do is pop and then just send the Blue Voltic Bolt for damage, and to also get rid of the Spectral Shield. Well, damage, it's not damage, but we're getting rid of the Spectral Shield anyway, and we can Arsenal Sink below. So at this point, I am curious as to why I don't just pop it. Maybe it is so that I can sink Wildfire to the bottom. That is probably it, actually. So at this point, this is a pretty lucky break for me. I can use Fighting Spirit to kill an angel. I opt to use Teleshar, so I can use Fighting Spirit as a popper, which I don't necessarily disagree with. The only problem is if he finds like 2 more Genesis right now, we kind of lose pretty quickly. Okay, so here he pops Halo to stop our Phantasm trigger, which is a good play from him. I don't think I definitely do agree. So this is a decision point. We can give up our Deja Vu potion here, and we can destroy Soraya before it attacks, before it draws 2 cards. I think that is the correct play to do. I'm not entirely sure as to how I would do it though, because our hand is pretty awkward actually for attempting to do that. I don't think there is actually a correct way to do it, so we're just going to pitch Quickening and the other Quickening for Kano, Deja Vu Pot, banish Quickening, play it, hit Soraya, get it off the board. It's fine. And we leave the tomb in hand, which is unfortunate, but it's fine. And here we just pass a turn. No reason to tell Sharpie's reality right now. Don't think it is valuable enough to do that at this point in the game. We do. So that's fine, I guess. Get a Tome of Final to the bottom of our deck. It is okay. I don't agree with it, but it is okay. We get another bit of stacking in. Here we can probably. What am I doing here? I take 4, but for what reason? If you activate anywhere with Quickening, that would be better than proc, because we can. Except we're just that good and we destroy Baluna. So no reason to. Okay, so the reason you want to actually use proc here instead of or you want to use Quickening to Kano instead of proc, which you can, if you find a miss, you can still use proc to send damage and force a card off their hand, or they give up their angel, which they're not going to do. So this is nice. It's not a figment. We can standing order get our Blazing to the bottom of the deck. At this point in the stack, I think we can probably still reach it. I haven't really been keeping track, but I know how this I remember how this game ends, so I know for a fact that we're still decently fine. So here we just kind of hardwall them to death and have the other popper ready, because we're just that good. So we can Arsenal Blazing and keep going with our life, and not actually worry really about anything right now. We're actually just in a really good spot at this point. I thought I already hit stack here, but as you can see from my escapades, that is almost surely not the case. I was definitely a handoff, which I could have just. Oh, yeah, actually the reason I already went for it is because he put the Prism activation on stack, so now he just has AB1 and Ward 1 and he cannot activate Prism this turn, which I think is correct. Had I not just completely misevaluated how close I was to stack. So yeah, I don't actually kill here, which is quite sad because I probably could have been able to get rid of the angel in the next turn, or yeah, I mean it's whatever. So yeah, here he does make the correct play and get that. Then I ponder into my blazing, which is pretty good. So yeah, if I knew stack right now, this would also be just a lot easier. So here I draw into another tome. Yeah, I play Wildfire Fish because I didn't have another original attack played at this time. Draw into another tome. You want to choose? No, it doesn't matter. So here we just negate his attack basically. And what we are going to try to do is to win on the next turn by doing either 4 arcane damage at once or 2 arcane damage like a couple times, or just something that he just cannot block basically. So yeah, on the quickening we should have used Metacarpus. The reason for that is he could have used gloves and rapture to stop it, and his angel would not have been dead at that point. And we would not have Metacarpus. So yeah, here we sadly lose the game because we banished the Scour. I'm like, damn, that's sad. So yeah, I should have won that game. I could have won that game definitely if I had played better, if I had remembered how far I was along to stack. But as you can see, this is very difficult to pull off, and you need to make very difficult decisions, like just deciding not to block 2 heralds in a row, or take 9 damage from Herald of Erudition and an angel, because you know you have to block the potentially have to block the heralds after it, but it is doable. As you saw here, it is over the course of 3 games. I had 2 games where I should have won and 1 where I lost. I think that is around the effort win rate from my experience with this type of tech. So yeah, that's basically it. I hope some of you out there will be able to use this video as like a guide, sort of. Alright, goodbye. Until next time, I guess.